Harry and Meghan just can't agree on anything. I think it points to problems in the marriage. Harry looking like he's grabbing a business card, looked as if he was trying to hand out cards, is what I heard from a source. They have definitely ruined their relationship with the Kardashians.
As usual, the whole thing has turned out to be a complete and utter PR catastrophe. Finally, the Kardashians allowed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle into the fold via Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party invitation. These two had been trying for so long. Well, I say these two, you know who, had been trying for so long to get into that mix. But then Kris Jenner posts a whole selection of images from the birthday party, and guess what? The Duke and Duchess of Delusion do not feature at all. They're unhappy about it. They ask to be included. So sure enough, within 24 hours, in the second rung of guests, Kris Jenner decides to include a couple of horrendous pictures of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. One where he looks awkward as hell, clearly drunk. Another where it looks like Kim Kardashian herself is actually mocking Meghan Markle and the bump holding. And as soon as they went up, of course, because they look so terrible in so many ways, Harry and Meghan aren't happy about it. And so they do a total reverse ferret and start demanding that Kris Jenner and the Kardashians remove all the pictures, hiding behind the fact that it was Remembrance Day, although I don't believe they give a damn about that because Meghan didn't even bother to wear a poppy. Of course, the headlines, as you can imagine, have been absolutely catastrophic for the pair, especially given that all of the world's richest people and most prominent celebrities were at this party and had no problem with their pictures being on display. The hilarious thing now is that, as opinionated Russian pointed out, the only remaining picture of Meghan on Kim Kardashian's Instagram is that one in the background. So is that really what you wanted from this? Of course, lots of people think there is a massive mystery going on here, and I'm going to talk you through all of the details and all of the reaction and all of the exclusive reporting in just one moment. But first, let me bring in royal YouTube sensation P. Diner. As ever, and there I am using that term, they manage to completely screw it up. They want to be part of the celebrity fold. They've been trying for so long, P. Diner. And from the moment they attend, it's been one drama after another to the point where Kris and Kim say, to hell with you. We're just going to get rid of all of the images.
They finally got what they'd been chasing, a ticket into the Kardashian circle at Kris Jenner's 70th. The plan was obvious. Rub shoulders, get seen, and cement themselves in Hollywood's inner ring. Then came the photo dump. Slide after slide of A-listers, but no Harry and Meghan. According to online chatter, they weren't happy. Requests went in to be included, and within a day, a few unflattering shots surfaced in a second wave. Awkward angles, stiff smiles, zero sparkle. Minutes of triumph turned into hours of damage control. The couple who craves pristine optics found themselves absent from the main carousel, and where they did appear, it wasn't the glossy look they bank on.
Absolutely. You know, Dan, what it speaks to me is that Harry and Meghan just can't agree on anything. I think it points to problems in the marriage. They are always conflicting with each other about things that they're supposed to do together as a team. And they can't agree. They can't seem to find any way to move together in a way that's harmonious. And I think it also points to a problem with Harry not wanting to be in these photos, and that other image of Harry looking like he's grabbing a business card, looked as if he was trying to hand out cards, is what I heard from a source, that he was trying to make, connections to earn money, to have some kind of, connections for money-making potential. I mean, there were so many problems with Harry and Meghan together that's why you see this back and forth with showing the photos, not showing the photos. It was just disaster because their marriage is a disaster. They can't agree on anything. And when you do see the photos of them, there's problems with that. And I think one of them was the business card issue. It just points to everything in the background between Harry and Meghan is not going very well. That's exactly what that whole display of photos, no photos shows to me.
You're completely right. You're completely right. Because, of course, Harry is able to use his excuse to Meghan. Well, it's because I'm a veteran. You can't put them up because there's this pushback coming. But all Meghan wants is to be in these pictures. And I guess she's got what she's wanted because now they're out there on the internet. P. Dinah, there's a real parallel here, don't you think, between what went on with that pumpkin patch video and Archie and Lily the other day, where Meghan chose to reveal their faces, I believe purposefully. Then, once Harry complained, edited out that particular portion of the video, but the internet never forgets. It's too late. So Meghan's got what she wants. The kids' faces are on the internet. Now the pictures of her with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian are on the internet. And she can say to Harry, oh, how terrible that they put them up. Of course they need to be deleted. But look, let me take you through the briefing to TMZ on this. And they're trying to play all of this down, of course. Turns out, we're told several images were deleted, not just those of Harry and Meghan. Also, considering it was Remembrance Sunday, a day meant to commemorate servicemen and women in the UK, we're told they thought it might be better to delete the images rather than push something that could get picked up and misconstrued across the pond. Harry actually showed up wearing a poppy in honour of the holiday. So confirmation there, P. Dinah, that this very much came from a directive from Prince Harry.
Yes, absolutely. I think Harry and Meghan are in so many conflicts around these children. They can't agree on how to raise them, what to show, what their branding is going to be. Meghan is, I think, doing things very dirty-handedly towards Harry. And that is a problem when you are in a marriage and you are building your money-making potential, your branding off of what you put out there to the world, and you can't even decide on what that is going to be. And that is going to create problems within the marriage because you have these children between it, both of them not being able to decide on how to raise them in the public eye and just doing things so dirty-handedly with your spouse. I just think it points to things just getting worse and worse with Harry and Meghan whenever they go out. I mean, it seems like every single time they go out together, there are problems with what comes out after their outing together. And this is bleeding into the marriage, no doubt. And I think my personal opinion is that Harry or Meghan for that matter, needs to make a decision because the more they try to go out into the public as a couple, the worse their branding is going to suffer. They need to make a split because we can see there are problems in this marriage and you're only hurting your earning potential by trying to stay together and make it look like all is well when we clearly see that it is not. That's my personal advice to this couple. Do something now. It's not going to help you later.
Because, P. Dinah, what is so fascinating here, of course, is that the internet has turned. And while there obviously have been critics of Harry and Meghan for a long time, this is near universal. Like, could you have made more of a mess of your first real significant invite? And it really mattered for Harry and Meghan to be here, of course, because you know how angry she was that she didn't get the invite to Jeff Bezos's wedding to Lauren Sanchez. This party, of course, at Jeff Bezos's mansion. But the whole thing is, P. Dinah, people like him just see what's going on and don't want any part of it. Now, a lot of people, by the way, like Zach, and I'm going to show you some of the internet reaction now, like Zach, believe that this was all partly because Harry and Meghan were never properly invited anyway. Watch this.
What happened next set the internet on fire. The Kardashian posts featuring the Sussexes vanished. Fans noticed. Comment sections exploded. Theories multiplied. Were the photos pulled at the couple's request to avoid remembrance optics? Did the hosts decide the headache wasn't worth it? Or was there a deeper clash over image approval? Regardless of which version you buy, the result was the same. Everyone else's pictures stayed, theirs didn't. And now the only prominent trace people point to is Meghan in the background of a Kim shot, a blink and you'll miss it cameo that screams D-list, not centerpiece. When your brand is control, a public post and delete is the worst look imaginable.
Did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle crash Kris Jenner's big 70th birthday bash? It looks like that may have actually happened. So Kris Jenner and all the Kardashians posted a series of different photos featuring a number of different celebrities like Paris Hilton. A number of different stars were there. The event was hosted by Jeff Bezos and his wife Lauren Sanchez, right? Well, Kris and Kim also posted photos with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And then shortly after the photos started circulating in the press, it appears Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner removed those photos from their Instagram account. While they kept all the other photos with all the other famous friends that they had in attendance, the photos with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were removed by both Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian, which to me kind of sounds like maybe they weren't supposed to be there. Maybe they crashed the party, and then when Kim and Kris found out afterwards, they were like, whoa, take those pictures down, because why would they both remove photos with Meghan Markle? Now, Meghan and Harry were earlier at the Baby to Baby gala to support Serena Williams, and it seems like afterwards they just figured maybe, hey, on the way home, let's stop by Kris Jenner's big 70th birthday bash. And it's crazy too, because it doesn't appear that they have any real close ties with the Kardashians, and not even close ties with Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, who hosted the party for Kris, because Meghan and Harry weren't even at their wedding, which Kris and her daughters were in attendance. So now I have questions. Why did we remove these photos? Were Meghan and Harry invited? Were they party crashers? I kind of think that they were. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts.
Interesting question there. Also, lots of people just struggling to understand why there's been such a mess around these pictures.
We've got a full-blown mystery out of Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party at Jeff and Lauren Bezos' house this weekend, and it involves my favorite couple, Harry and Meghan. First of all, Kris wore this beautiful red gown. Every Kardashian sister was there. Everyone who was anyone showed up. The photos were everywhere until they weren't. Earlier in the night, Meghan and Harry were at a fundraiser or a gala supporting their friend Serena Williams. Then they scooted on over to Kris Jenner's birthday party looking totally dashing. It was a Bond-themed birthday. And Prince Harry looked gorgeous with the little red flower. I thought it was so cute. But here's where the mystery starts. There were two specific photos, one with Meghan and Kim and one with Meghan and Harry and Kris, that were posted on all of their social medias, on Kris Jenner's social media and Kim Kardashian's social media. And guess what? The picture has vanished, full on deleted from Kim Kardashian's Instagram and Kris Jenner. So why did Meghan and Harry ask for the photos to come down? Royal watchers are saying that Buckingham Palace is furious that they're parading around Hollywood. And we know that Harry is trying to make a royal comeback. Did he ask for them to get taken down? Isn't this why they left the royals, so they didn't have control over their lives? What do you think? Was this a PR move? Was it royal pressure? Is it just coincidence? I can't imagine that they would show up at an event to this magnitude and not be okay with their picture taken. I'm just shocked. Let me know what you think in the comments.
But lots of other podcasts just completely not shocked, given that this chaos seems to come every time Harry and Meghan go public with another major star.
Harry and Meghan, the Duchess and Duke of wherever it is they live these days. Montecito. Went to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party that you wonderful people discussed on Monday. They were photographed with Kris, with Kim, with everyone, until they weren't.
Okay, can you explain this to me? So did Kris and Kim actually post photos with Meghan and Harry and then remove those photos? Why?
So this is what we need to unpack. The reporting is that Harry and Meghan requested them to be taken down. What do we think about that?
And I just think they thought they were going to go under the radar.
Oh, well, I'm sure you're right that they did, but what a stupid thing to think. Have you met a Kardashian before?
I mean, P. Dinah, this is the problem, right? Every single angle is bad for Harry and Meghan because it's either that they weren't properly invited, that this is all some type of plot, or they're just so stupid that they think they can attend a Kardashian party and not be pictured.
Right. I mean, the Kardashians have built their brand on social media. That's what they do. You know, you're going to show up and have your photo posted on their social media. I did hear also that they wanted the photo, or actually Harry wanted the photos taken down. To me, it sounds like perhaps something may have come from the palace. I mean, we have to remember that Harry also went to Canada recently, and I think he is still somewhat trying to appease the king. Perhaps he was told because it was Remembrance Day to maybe have the photos removed. It just was not a good look. I think that is exactly more than likely what happened. I think that they were invited, and that some things just came from the palace. And Meghan, I think, wanted these photos up. And Harry, at the end of the day, said, we have to take them down for these reasons. It just really made Harry look bad. He's out there, frolicking with these, celebrities, these social media people. And then, he's not, where he needs to be, doing what is more aligned with Harry and his life, his purpose. So to me, I think it came down with conflict between Harry and Meghan, and the palace may have had something to do with that. That's what I think.
New reporting on this from Rob Shooter. Let me take you through this now, P. Dinah. He writes, drama behind the velvet rope. Sources tell Shooter Scoop that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry personally demanded Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian delete photos of them from Kris's star-studded 70th birthday batch, and it may have just cost them their invite to future Kardashian events. According to insiders, the Sussexes were furious after discovering unapproved photos of them circulating on Instagram following the James Bond-themed party at the $175 million Beverly Hills mansion. They were polite but firm. Nothing goes online without their sign-off, for source dishes. They've built their brand on control, and they weren't about to let a Kardashian post ruin that. Within hours, both Kris and Kim quietly scrubbed the snaps featuring the royal couple. Fans noticed immediately, flooding the comments with confusion and speculation, but behind the scenes, tensions boiled. Kris doesn't like being told what to do, especially not by royals who live in Montecito. She said if Meghan and Harry want control, they can have it, just not on her guest list. P. Dinah, your reaction?
The fallout exposed a deeper rift. Online sources claimed Harry pushed to pull the pictures, while Meghan wanted them up. That's been the pattern lately. She wants visibility. He wants restraint, especially around solemn dates. Even small moments fed the narrative, like Harry appearing to fumble with a business card, which fueled talk that he was hustling for contacts. True or not, the optics were brutal. This isn't a united front. It's two PR strategies colliding in real time. When every outing becomes a tug of war over how much to show, the story stops being glamour and becomes marital discord 101. And every reversal, post, delete, explain, amplifies the sense that they can't agree on who they are, what they're selling, or who's steering the ship.
Yes, I think they have done, well, actually, I think, like I said, Harry is the one that wanted these photos removed.
Totally.
And they have definitely ruined their relationship with the Kardashians, because I think you can't go around telling people you want to, have approval or get permission for photos when you're dealing with the Kardashians. I mean, they're essentially Hollywood royalty when you think about it. I mean, Kim is so popular, her mother as well. They have been around Hollywood so long, they can make calls, they can get things done. Meghan and Harry are new to Hollywood. They really don't have anything in the game. They haven't paid any price to be able to have that kind of status where they can, have sign off on photos. I mean, know your role, know your place. You are not in that position in Hollywood to make these kinds of demands. And I think it definitely has sealed the deal with a lot of people, because you have to think about it. Other people in Hollywood, decision makers, are seeing what has happened. They're now going to not want nothing to do with this couple trying to have control over what can be posted and not. You're not in the role of real royalty to make these demands in California. Okay, you're not in the UK in the royal family anymore, where you would be able to do these kinds of things. They don't know their place where they are. And that's the problem. And this is why I think their reputation is so soured in Hollywood, because we have to also remember a lot of people don't want anything to do with them. Where are the photos of Meghan and Harry with the other A-listers? Okay, let's forget the Kardashians. What about Beyonce? What about some of the other, Ciara? Like, the people that are really big time A-listers, they didn't have photos with Harry and Meghan. They have sealed the deal for their future. And I think Meghan's not happy about it because I think she wanted it.
Even Kylie and Kendall Jenner not featured in pictures with them. Nancy Sidley asked, was Kim mocking Meghan Markle in terms of the holding of the bump? What do you think, P. Dinah?
It's hard to say. I mean, I know that Kim did make fun of Catherine when people were trying to find out where Catherine was. You know, Kim went on social media, made a comment about that. I just don't think that she was doing that on purpose. I think she was just doing a basic pose. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine Kim would do that.
And then the Royal Rogue also suggested that Prince Harry may have been ogling 70-year-old Kris Jenner's ample bosom, writing, Harry broke a fundamental rule of gentlemen. No matter how enticing are the gazongas in front of you, no matter how deep the cleavage, and of course, no matter how sloshed you are, you never stare directly at the rack, ever, because the rack will stare back at you. And this is the thing, P. Dinah, I honestly think he didn't like how he came across in the pictures.
Yes, that's what it was. You know, that had something also to do with it. He didn't like how he was presented in these photos. He looked completely wasted, just out of control. I think Harry just wants to just let his hair down. Well, I guess he don't have that to let down, but still, he just wanted to let loose. And when he saw that later with a sober mind or whatever, it just didn't go over very well. Yeah. Looked bad.
Totally. And Richard Eden has also said that on the night Prince Harry and Meghan discovered their place in the Hollywood hierarchy, let me take you through this. As a member of the royal family, the Duke of Sussex is used to being at the top of the social ladder. In Hollywood, however, Harry is learning others are on higher rungs. At the weekend, he and Meghan had to run the gauntlet of the paparazzi outside Jeff Bezos' Beverly Hills mansion. But when they finally arrived at the party, they found Beyonce was already there, having been allowed to drive up to the property with the media unaware. So that would have been a brutal reminder, P. Dinah, of the fact that you might think that you're royalty in the United Kingdom, although we don't feel you're royalty in that sense, but you're actually not Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, you're not Hollywood royalty. You're trying to make your place in this new community, so to speak, right? And if you don't understand your position in this hierarchy of people that are already very narcissistic, already trying to show that they are of the hierarchy in this community, if you don't show any humility around that, you're going to be trampled on. You are going to be just hung out to dry, essentially. This couple can't seem to get it right because their egos are too inflated from their previous lives or positions in the royal family.
And the thing is, P. Dinah, everything they do, we know, is in reaction to the criticism. They say they don't look at social media, but they were burned hard because of the contrast between Catherine and George and Charles being at the Remembrance Day service and then them turning up to this party. And of course, we see these poignant images yesterday of Camilla and Catherine continuing their duty. And so Meghan feels like she has to do something back, P. Dinah. And so she shared her own tribute to veterans who have served, sacrificed, and continued to serve on her Instagram post, writing, As my husband says, once served, always serving. Thank you to all who served, sacrificed, and continue to serve, honouring you on Veterans Day and every day. She then posted this video of Harry.
It wasn't done in the wrong way, but it was just...
But no matter what she tries to do on Instagram, there's just no getting around the truly stark contrast now between these two women and the fact that one is entirely focused on duty and service and the other is entirely focused on money and celebrity. I mean, just take a watch, P. Diner, of some lovely moments. And there were so many that I could have picked from, but these were just a couple of my favourite moments of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, yesterday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for looking after me today. I really appreciate it. Did you just like the idea of keeping fit?
I like keeping fit, yes, and it was the easy way. You didn't need any machinery or guns, not guns, but cars or anything like that. But yes.
Just a wonderful woman, and it is absolutely contrasting to look at her versus Harry and Meghan, never more so over the past couple of days. As Markle's Claw pointed out in a facetious manner, using this quote from Harry and Rachel Markle, we can all live a life of service, service is universal. But as according to Taz said, P. Diner, that's why they do not clash, they do not rival, they do not compete. There is no competition. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And also we have to remember Meghan couldn't even wear a poppy. So I don't even know where she comes off even posting anything with Harry. Like, what? That's supposed to be how you make up for your wanting to give recognition? I mean, there is no competition, exactly as Taz has said. And Harry and Meghan are just trying to compete and to show one up on people who are doing this work with true hearts and mind. And that's what I think is so disgusting about it, because it's not really about the service. It's not really about trying to do good by people, because you're trying to one up people who are really authentically there. It points to the hypocrisy and to the complete degenerate behavior of Harry and Meghan, because it's never about the true meaning of said subject of the veterans. It's about them competing. That shows you right there how hollow anything that they do around trying to give recognition is, because it's about these very trivial, shallow competitions and about how you can try to take over or win up on the real royals. It's disgusting. To me, it shows you the behavior of a couple who is not winning, who will never win. They are going to continually go down in the history books as people that were the grifters, who were not able to contribute anything meaningful to society. Because at the end of the day, it's always about them and how they can help themselves, and not about the people, the servicemen. It's to me, it's just very shallow. It's disgusting. And they'll continue to get backlash because that's just who they are. They show it every day. They try to do things like this.
Yeah, they really do. And I just need to make a final note, P. Diner, to the BBC, the British Bashing Corporation, as I call them. Call your future queen by her proper name, please. please. You were meant to be the national broadcaster, even though you were a complete disgrace for so many reasons, as Donald Trump is suing you or planning to. But watch this.
The Arboretum in Staffordshire, as we said there. Kate Middleton attending that ceremony. Let's have a listen in.
No. It is Catherine, the Princess of Wales. As Kirsty Allsop posted, this is one of my bugbears. It is Catherine. The Middleton bit is just bloody rude. But most of all, it is Catherine, Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, actually. And if that kills you, it's Catherine Wales. And I just thought that lack of respect, Pete Diner, was completely typical and disgusting.
Absolutely. I don't understand why I see a lot of publications calling her Kate Middleton. I don't understand why there's this lack of respect for a woman who never has a misstep. She always shows up impeccably. To me, I think there is just a lack of wanting to give her her due, her due recognition for whatever reason. But every day that she walks in stride and does her work, she is showing that she is above all the people that don't want to respect her, because she continues doing her work very proudly, stoically. I think Catherine deserves so much more, but she's a classy woman, and she's just going to keep doing what she does. And these people are just losing respect because they're not doing what they know they need to do for Catherine, because we all do respect her very much.
Yes, we do. I mean, it was chalk and cheese over the past few days, and nothing emphasizes that more than this Kardashian row. But look, Meghan Markle is now actually threatening to sue the royal family. This is insane, and we're going to go into the details with P. Diner over on Substack.
If you want to know where you stand in Los Angeles, watch how fast elite hosts bend for your brand rules. The Kardashians do not. They set the tone, they own the platforms, and they don't hand over the edit keys. Trying to impose sign-off culture on the social media dynasty was never going to fly. Result: photos gone, relationships strained, and the kind of industry whisper that dries up invitations. It didn't help that other megastars sailed through the night with no drama. The contrast was devastating. Others looked effortless. The Sussexes looked high maintenance. In a town built on access, that's how you get downgraded from inner circle to outer orbit. And that's the real headline. One glitzy night that was supposed to lift their stock may have proven, once and for all, that Hollywood power does not negotiate with image micromanagers.